You can tell from the title of this video that we're going to be talking about something that most people do not like talking about, and that is AI taking their jobs. AI is taking this job, taking that job. In 5-10 years, everything's going to be blah, 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 or I'm going to be homeless, or the degree I got is useless. In this video, I'm going to be going over the top 10 jobs that I believe and research is suggesting will be replaced by AI in the next 5 years. And then whether or not you are a part of these top 10 jobs, what you can do to prepare for the impending AI takeover as people are so scared of. First things first, let me just put it out there. Yes, I love AI, I love new tech and crypto and stuff like that. I am not, however, on board, nor do I think that, hey, I can't wait until AI takes all these jobs. It's going to be so dope. No, this channel exists for one reason. That is for me, in the most not boring and fun way possible, to tell you guys who don't really care or want to stay in touch but don't have the time to, about what's happening in the tech, AI, crypto, whatever world in general, and what you can do to soften the impact of it if it does impact you in a negative or positive way. So this video is mostly inspired by this article that came out by Challenger, Gray, and Christmas, which said that nearly 110,000 job cuts were done in January, and from that, only 5 more jobs were created. So there is a 1-to-20 ratio of jobs being lost and jobs being created right now. Not all of them were taken by AI. I'm pretty sure like 55,000 or so recently have been taken by AI. But in that little AI takeover fear bubble, there is a worry that your job might be next. Because even then, I say this as a content creator, right? If you've seen how good AI has gotten, my job is going to be probably cooked somewhat in the next 5 years. And me doing these videos is my version of preparing for that maybe future that could happen. So number one is telemarketers. Telemarketers, basically anything that Pam Beasley was doing in the office, I think they're cooked. Even if it's a scam calling you to donate your blood or, hey, you need to do this, whatever it is, anything that can be voice AI'd on the phone is cooked. If you've seen any sort of the AI voice bots recently, if you haven't, I want you to go look up 11 Labs. They have the best AI voice probably ever out there. And I want you to look up Bland AI. They're basically AI voice bots that you can talk to that, no joke, sound like me. The AIs that you talk to, different voices, accents, mannerisms, they make mistakes, typos, they breathe, you can hear them sigh. It's crazy. So anything that has to do with telemarketing, cooked. Number 2, data entry clerks. Any field that has to do with, here's a piece of paper, put it onto this computer. There's no way that in like 5 years that's still going to be around, because you can simply take a picture of anything now and it'll transcribe it into a photo and then give it to an AI that can do whatever they need to do with it. And by extension, sadly, I also believe that in that field is anything like finance spreadsheet related. There's actually like 5-10 companies I've seen in the past like 5 or 6 years that have raised enough money that put AI into spreadsheets, into Microsoft Excel. So instead of you having to sit there and do beep, 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 boop, you could just talk to the AI and be like, hey, here's $1,000 million worth of information. I want you to securely and locally do whatever it is you need to do with it so that I don't have to do it. And the number one thing that comes with this concern is like, hey, the AI now has information to private numbers. You can run AI locally. You could put it on a little Mac Mini and you could say, hey, don't put this information anywhere else. I need it to only exist on this Mac Mini. And that solves the privacy problem. So in a few years, when more people understand this and it's like extrapolated and stuff, that issue of privacy won't really be that crazy anymore. Number 3 is customer service reps. There's a story about Klarna where they had 5,527 workers and they cut it by 40% to 3,000 workers because they gave that 40% reduction of jobs to AI chatbots. And because voice and text has gotten so good, all you really need to do is say, hey, I need a refund for XYZ. Can you help me? And you can have an AI that you talk to rather than having to call and do the same exact thing even quicker now than you would need to with an actual human being. Number 4, copywriters. Harvard and Boston recently had a study where 1.4 million freelance writing jobs are down 30% after ChatGPT came out. The craziest part about this is that ChatGPT only came out like 5 years ago. That's crazy. I don't believe it. 5 years ago? It seems like it was 50 years ago at this point. I feel like I'm 60 reading all this information. It's disgusting. But if you're a copywriter or you're doing SEO or you're doing some sort of writing that isn't necessarily like me speaking to you in the form of a script, even if it is a script, this script was made for me by my own. All I did was message it in Telegram, and I said, hey, make me a script on what the top 10 jobs that are going to be taken by you in the next 5 years, and it made this for me. It is disgusting. Number 5, translators. Translators, 1,000%. The way that the world is moving, I even have those glasses. Check out this video if you haven't seen that already, where you can do live translations that show up on text on your glasses. Why would you need a person to follow you around if you can just put it on your face and then just read it? And then when you speak it, it'll also transmit, if as long as that other person has AirPods or the same pair of glasses, it'll also transmit in the language that they need to read it. Number 6 is cashiers. Cashiers is a bit different. AI and automation are hand in hand, but automation is a bit different than AI. And I'm basically talking about self-checkout lanes. Like even Amazon Fresh, if you've been there, you can just pick the thing up, put it in your cart, and just walk out. and it just charges to your Amazon. If you've been to Dubai, they have machines that you can sense how ripe an avocado is by just doing this. You could pay with your handprint. Like, cashiers, sadly, aren't really that needed anymore. Even now, I don't believe that they're needed that much anymore. Number 7 is bookkeepers and accounting clerks. Basically, anything that you can do on Microsoft Excel that has been being done this way for the past like 20 years. Why would you do that? There's no need to do that anymore. Sadly, the way the world is moving, you can just plug an AI extension on Chrome into it, and it'll do that for you. Numbers is very easy for AI to do since AI is basically numbers to begin with. So if you give it like a trillion numbers to do some sort of file system it needs to manage, you just need to have an AI manage it and an AI manage that guy managing it. And you have 2 different agents doing the same thing where one does all the work and the second double checks it. That's really all you need. Number 9 is insurance underwriters. A report by McKinsey says that 25% of job displacements will occur by 2030. 2030, that's in 4 years. I'm going to be 30 when that happens. God help me. Yeah, so 2030, insurance underwriters, that's basically a bunch of writing that goes into the insurance plan before it goes live. So if there's some sort of copyright or some sort of little text that us as human beings never really read, but only lawyers and insurance guys read, that kind of stuff doesn't really need to be done by a human being anymore if you could just prompt ChatGPT to do it. Even in my own life, I've used ChatGPT and Claude to like send a letter to this towing company that towed my brother's car. I had it written as if he was a lawyer. And I was like, I'm not a lawyer, but it sounds like a lawyer and it's scary. And it did kind of work because they did respond to the email. Number 10, junior financial analyst. Bloomberg says that by 2030, in the next 3 to 5 years, 200,000 Wall Street jobs are expected to be cut simply because the lower end jobs of these finance bros that they're doing, stuff that you don't really need like a big brain and experience to do, like the bookkeeping or accounting or Excel stuff, you don't really need a human being to do that anymore. You can just have like Claude plug into whatever and do it for you. Over here, you can just take a screenshot, all this stuff on the bottom here. I'm not really going to go over it. There's really no point to go over it, but there's a bunch of other stuff like paralegals, medical scribes, anything to do with writing that can be trained on data sets that exist in the past 100 years of the internet. I think when you just feed it to an AI and it can have access to all of this stuff, it'll be infinitely more powerful than a human being that you need to pay $200 an hour to do that thing for you, when you could just have it do it, trained on specific data, and it'll be done in less than 2 minutes. But that being said, these are my 10 do things. And like, oh my God, I'm that guy on the YouTube telling you that AI is going to take our jobs, and oh my God, this is going to be so suck, and it's going to be so bad. And no, it doesn't always need to be that way. A lot of these jobs, yes, just because AI is taking them, doesn't necessarily mean that they're gone forever and you're cooked. And if you're going to law school right now, you shouldn't do that anymore. If you want to be a finance bro on Wall Street, you shouldn't do that anymore. No, all it means is that you need to keep it in the back of your head, the rate that it's evolving. Right now, if you haven't seen the OpenClaw videos, go watch that. It's basically an AI assistant that lives on your computer. So if you're going into school to become an assistant or an executive assistant or like a reception type guy, that video alone should deter you away from that job 100%, just so you're prepared for the future of what's happening. So if you're going to be a lawyer, if you're going to be going into one of these fields that you believe in the next 5 to 10 years will be mostly automated or mostly taken by AI, just make sure you have an angle in the back of your head that's like, okay, what if I become a lawyer that specializes in AI stuff? Or what if I become a finance bro that specializes in AI tech startup companies? Or what if I become a paralegal that has something to do with writing the laws behind AI infrastructure? Something like that. Or just keep in the back of your head that even if I don't go into an AI specialized field of said field, keep in the back of your head that I should be using AI to power whatever it is that I'm doing. If you're a student, you should be studying with AI. If you're doing something in finance, you should be using ChatGPT to help you learn about what you're doing. If you're doing anything in the medical field, AI is not going to take the medical field, you're fine, but you need to be doing something that can help you train for that, whether that's studying or whether that's watching videos or talking to an AI that is specialized in the medical field, which kind of goes into the other field that I wanted to talk about. One field that will never be taken by AI in the immediate future, at least I think, is physical stuff. Fixing this fish tank right here. It's green. I know you saw it. Don't worry. I'm fixing it. There's medicine being put and all the fish in there are still alive. Don't worry. But fixing this can't really be done by AI. It just can't be. It's not possible for an AI, unless you give it a robot arm, to come here, put medicine in this, monitor it, and fix it. It's just not possible. So if you haven't really already figured out what you want to do in life, you could think, maybe I go into something physical, being a nurse, a doctor, going into HVAC like my little brother's doing, or doing something with plumbing or engineering. Something that is physical is not yet ready to be replaced by AI simply because AI is not trained by physical stuff yet. There's not a robot out there that's going to put a needle into your grandma's arm. It's just not there yet. Even in the next 10 years, it won't be there yet. So go into something physical that has nothing to do with this digital world, and I promise you in the next 5 to 10 years, you will be more set than most people will be, for sure. If you're a doctor, don't worry. Anesthesiologist, of course, a Claude Opus 4.9 isn't going to take your job. But yeah, I hope this helps. This isn't meant to be some sort of doomer video where AI is taking over and you need to, blah, blah, blah. No. Relax, calm down. You're probably fine. In the next 5 years, I believe that exponentially the ball will start rolling and a lot of these jobs will be phased out. Not by my own doing. It's not something that I want to happen. Sadly, that's just the market of the world in play. So if you're one of these people in this top 10 list and you have an opportunity to maybe just self-assess and rethink, do I still want to do this? Do I think this job will be taken in 5 years? Is this still a good idea? You should have that conversation with yourself. I'm not saying to do anything or not do anything, but you should have the conversation, come to a conclusion, and then do what you want to do from that. I believe that if you're right now going into a degree and you're going $200,000 into debt to become a data entry clerk or a translator or an insurance underwriter, you should definitely rethink your entire strategy here for sure, because your job is definitely cooked in the next 5 to 10 years. If you're becoming a nurse, you should sleep well knowing that your job is safe. You're becoming a plumber, a physical engineer. Sleep well knowing your job is safe. But still in the back of your head, keep in mind, there's a clock ticking here. What can I do to be evolving with the time? Simple as that. Yeah, thank you.